What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Nick, and today we are talking about The Last of Us episode 5. So hear me out. Okay, so I know some of y'all is wondering, you're probably looking like, well, I don't see a review for 1, 2, 3, or episode 4. That's because I didn't do one. I wanted to jump right to 5 because 5 kind of hit me the hardest. It was sad on the game and it's sad now. There's some things that I'm definitely gonna talk about that was different and that was a little weird to me. And yeah, like I said, I could do the recap. Like I said before, we already know about Joel's daughter Sarah, how she got killed. The soldier literally just got command and they said, yeah, we don't trust them, kill them. I don't care what they said, kill them. Bullets missed the dad and hit the little girl. It's whatever. It was sad. It was sad. It was a lot of sad moments going all the way up into these episodes. But I think the saddest one before this episode was probably that whole Frank and Bill love story. It was just like, it was a complete gay love story. That was amazing. It was an amazing love story from the time they met. Frank was on his way to Boston. Bill ain't trust nobody. He set traps up for every single person that came in there. He lived alone. I knew the boy was gay from the moment I seen him. I was like, oh yeah, he's a loner. They was playing piano. They definitely about to bang or something. Something was about to happen. They ended up growing old together and dying together. So yeah, that was a beautiful little episode. The hunt of Tommy still begins. And then here we go with, I'm going to just skip 4. Forget 4. I'm going straight to 5, okay? Because 4 was kind of eh. It was kind of eh. But everything was good. Episode 5 is more centered on Henry and Sam. Sam is the little brother of Henry, and Henry is the most wanted man in Kansas City. He runs the block. He took Joel to Killer City. I think that's what it was called, Killer City. Yeah, that don't sound threatening at all. Listen. So, 4 ended with this little black kid doing this, right? But they were cool people. They were innocent, cool people. Well, I wouldn't say innocent, not, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you kind of look at it that way, I would say innocent. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But yeah, they were just people who were just trying to make their exit out of Kansas City. And they knew the way out, but they needed somebody who had the right tools to get them out. That's where Joel and Ellie came from. He saw the way that Joel was handling everybody, and he said, you know what? I followed you, and I like your style. I want to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, I'll show you the way out. But you got to lead us out. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's basically saying. So Joel has no other choice but to really just trust this kid. Which he kind of, Joel don't trust really nobody for real. We know that. Joel and Ellie, they attitudes from the jump was already like weird. But Joel kind of got it right because his daughter died. And when you lose a family member, especially a child, you probably don't give a shit about nothing else. But anyway, yeah, Henry and Sam have been on just this mission by themselves, making it on the run. And once they bumped into Joel and Ellie, they ended up teaming up, created a map, showed them all of the stuff that they need to do for us to get up out of here. Okay, let me tell you some stuff that I really didn't understand. Because I'm jumping in and out here. But so Sam, who was the little boy, and I just want to point out that Sam looked much older in the game. He looked at about Allie's age. This was a very, very young boy, and I also don't understand why Sam is deaf. Sam was not deaf in the game. And in my personal opinion, I don't know how that can intertwine with a show where you can't make noise. Because if you do, then what, the clickers or whatever the hell these infected people are, they'll find you. Because they can't see for shit. They're very Stevie Wonder. It's given very Stevie Wonder. But they can't hear. So I don't know what made them, and it could be just because a lot of people played the game and they wanted us to have something fresh to look at and see too. But I don't know how that would work out. I mean, he's a deaf kid, and you know, he don't know when he's making noise. Like for instance, when he was walking, he stepped on like glass or something, and he didn't hear that he did that. Right there, you could have been gone. You could have been killed, like right there on the spot. Like how they made it as far as they did, I don't know. But apparently there hasn't been infected like people there in a while. There was rumors about, and apparently Henry heard this, but his story was very, very shaky from the start. Henry heard that they told everybody there was infected people that was in the tunnels. You know what I'm saying? There was infected people in the tunnels, but he heard that actually the tunnels have been very, very clear. So that was the route that Joel and all them was going to take. And there wasn't nothing down there. But it got so crazy because they are running from this really big threat. Probably the most dangerous, scariest, like character that they have in the game, Kathleen. Kathleen, the leader. Now, let me tell you who Kathleen is. Kathleen, okay, Sam, which is the little boy. He's the little boy. He apparently had leukemia. Really? Not now. Probably a telemarketer. Sam had leukemia. He got sick. Okay, and this is where I actually understand where Henry is coming from, because he thinks he's a bad guy for doing this. I don't think he's a bad guy for doing this. So, what was it? Are you kidding me right now? Hello? Hello? Okay, so Sam is sick. Okay, Sam is sick. I think I already said that 3 times, but he's sick. He had leukemia. In order to get a cure, he had to get it from Fedra, right? Okay, now Fedra is like the government. Okay, we already know this stuff is in real life. We know that they have real cures to cancer and diabetes and stuff like that, but they holding it. This is real stuff, I think. They're touching on some hidden stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's really, really happening in the world for real. So in order for him to get that, they wanted something in exchange. And it wasn't even that much, but it was enough to cure Sam. They wanted a resistance leader. Their resistance leader happens to be Kathleen's brother. So yeah, he got killed. And now Henry is the most wanted man in Kansas City. So that's how that happened. Can I blame Henry? Absolutely not. I'm gonna tell you why I don't blame him. I mean, imagine your mother or somebody, they have cancer or whatever the case is. We have to take out the president, or we have to get the president and bring him to them. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but to save my mother's life, I'm gonna give it a go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know if I'm gonna pull it off. I am going to be wanted. I'll probably be sniped right into my, forehead. But I'm just saying, you gotta give it a shot, especially if you want to save somebody that you love. And that's exactly what Henry did. Now on to the things that I didn't understand. Kathleen, Miss Kathleen, the woman who mops floors. This strong, powerful lady who everybody gets these commands from. Kathleen, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing this because she's just not giving threatening to me. She does not look I don't buy it. Kill them. I don't buy you playing. You ain't killing nobody. If you don't go in there and bake the world's best round chocolate chip cookies, she looks like she sells mattresses. She looks like she's giving, is anybody there? Kyle? Who? She gives that, bro. She gives, I walk towards danger instead of away from it. Kathleen is the most unthreatening character in this entire thing. She is just not scary to me. I'm not scared of you, Kathleen. Kathleen? Really? You couldn't get a butch woman, the lady, big lady from Matilda. You couldn't make you. I mean, come on, bro. Like, I just didn't buy her. She barely knew how to run. Her knees was hurting. Like, oh my God, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I just didn't bite into that. Like, she just seemed so non-threatening to me. But anyway, she gave all the commands. Now Henry, Sam, Joel, Allie, they think they found their way out. And then, bow, we get a snipe shot out of nowhere. Okay, now, for whatever reason, which shows Kathleen's leadership skills, she put some old man up there in the window who looked like he was blind in one eye, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. But anyway, he damn near might as well be blind because he couldn't shoot for shit. But he was up there just shooting a gun. And they had to put a plan together. First and foremost, all you was gonna hit was the white people because you wouldn't be able to see the black people in the dark. You're like, I'm black. I'm just saying it's hard to see us. And Henry is black, okay? You wasn't gonna find him out there, okay? So yeah, your best bet was to try to get Joel and Allie. But Henry and Sam, considering that you couldn't shoot them, you definitely wasn't gonna find Henry and Sam nowhere up in that shadow in them dark areas. You wasn't gonna find them nowhere. It was a little bit too dark. They are dark. Yeah. Joel makes his way up there, and Joel told the dude to put the gun down, and apparently he didn't. And Kathleen was on the radio saying that she's on her way. And she bringing all the troops and all them in. So clearly she was the one that put this old ass man up there. She put him up there. You could have got anybody else, but you put him up there. They said he ain't got nothing to do. Go ahead and throw him up there. He probably was a little infected or whatever the case may be. Fast forward all of this stuff. Now we are in a scene where Henry and Sam and Allie are outside. And Henry wanted to come out because that's the person that they wanted. He came out and he spoke to Kathleen. He had his hands up, but apparently what was underground for 15 or 20 years done resurfaced because it sounded like the Vietnam War outside. So, yeah, they all came out from underground, including the Big King clicker or whatever the hell that big ugly thing was. It all came out. And I'm talking about they moving quick. Here's where things got funny and shaky to me. Now, they are not supposed to hear. No, I'm sorry. They are only supposed to hear, but they can't see, correct? How did a clicker, out of all of that big ass Hiroshima bombs and big Vietnam and World War II, all that noise that was going on outside, how did this one clicker make its way into a car where Allie was? Allie didn't even make, if you go back and look at that scene, Allie didn't make one sound. She didn't make a sound, but this clicker just happened to go in the car, being nosy, and said this, and then go like, come on, that was a weird thing. There's a lot of noise everywhere, including Joel up there sniping, and you trying to tell me the only thing that this little infected clicker faced open dog faced thing could do was to go in the car where there was no sound? That was weird to me. Am I tripping about that? Also, Kathleen is standing there while all this is going on and she's worried about Henry. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Henry handed over your brother. I get it. So you're still mad. Meanwhile, everything is going on in the back. Kathleen gets killed, meaning she had no reason to be in this damn episode. That is how pointless she was. The way she got killed, it gave basic leader. Like, it was just like, we don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just gave that. I was like, it's like, we don't care about you. We will, it's just, you know, here's the gun and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then she's dead. So that was the end of Kathleen. It was just like, oh, that was just pointless. It was pointless of her just being there. I don't want to hear your crying, sobbing stories about you being a lunch lady or whatever you was, but it was pointless to me. Also, I want to dive into the other bigger part, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I know there was a bit of a difference in a scene where they actually got to safety, and both Henry and Joel was asleep while Allie and Sam was in there bonding, but Sam was infected. Allie cut herself because she's saying, you know what I'm saying, I have, you know, the cure is in my skin. So she rubs it on Sam. Whatever, he goes to sleep. Apparently Allie don't snore because somehow she should have been killed too. But yet Sam was sitting on the bed. Maybe he had a little bit of heart steel and he decided to wait till she woke up to attack her. That's what happened. She was sitting on the edge of the bed and he was sitting on the edge of the bed. Sam goes over there and he's infected. And they kind of bust through the door. Joel wakes up. Henry gets up and Henry, bow! He's shooting on the side where Henry is like, don't go near my brother. Don't do that. Don't do that. I understand he infected, but that's still my brother. You don't know what hell I done been through for this little boy. You know what I'm saying? So I understood Henry. Now in the game, Henry was blaming Joel. In the game, he was like, this is your fault. I actually think they did a really good job in the episode. Like, they did a good job in the TV show where the actor was just like, what did I do? What, the way his emotions was, it looked like he just didn't, like he realized he killed his little brother and then he killed himself. And at that point I was just like this because it was just so sad, man. It was so sad because they found some allies, a little kid, and that's what made it more sad. The fact this wasn't just a little, like the boy in the game was older looking. This was a kid. This kid looked like he was at least 5, 6. He looked like he's maybe 6. He looked very young. The other one was not. He looked like he was about 12, like Allie's age or something like that. Like he didn't look that young. So when you see the little boy get killed, it was sad. And then seeing Henry take his own life, it was even sadder. And that really did it for me. I was like, this episode is so good. And also, at the end, you had it where they buried both of them, and they had to know they was also getting on my nerves too, because even though the boy was deaf, you know, they was wasting hella paper when y'all could have just wrote everything on one sheet of paper and communicated that way, but y'all was writing 3 damn words and taking the paper off, and then until there was no more paper left. But anyway, that's nor here nor there. I'm just saying. But she left a final note saying I'm sorry, and then they went on about their way. So episode 5 was great. It was just some things I didn't understand about it, but it was really, really good, man. And this whole series is amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing episode 6. I can't wait for that. I don't know if it's the 19th, but I'm ready for it. So yeah. So thank y'all so much for hearing me out.